We're living through an attention recession. We're overstimulated, under-rested, and wondering why our passion projects feel like chores. This weekend I headed to the coast for my birthday, but also for a nervous system rescue mission. If you feel like you're in on 1%, this is for you. By the end of it, we've learnt how to reset together without the guilt. We're told to keep going, to outwork the versions of ourselves from yesterday, but lately I've realised that my hustle was just me running on an empty nervous system. And what's the point if you're too burnt out to enjoy the life you're building anyway? This weekend, not just a break, but a total reset. Here is why your brain needs you to step away. Our brains weren't designed for constant notification pings and short-form loops. We're overstimulated. When we're in output mode 24/7, our nervous system stays in high alert. I came to the coast this weekend because the ocean has a way of making your problems feel small. It's about neural decoupling, letting your mind wander without a goal. When you're with loved ones, truly present, you aren't just chilling, you're repairing. You're giving your nervous system permission to feel safe again. The irony? My best perspective doesn't come when I'm staring at a monitoring department or managing a chaotic waiting room. It comes when I'm watching the tide come in. In emergency medicine, we're trained to sacrifice our own needs for the sake of the next patient, but I've realised that silence is a fuel for clinical clarity. Spending time with people who love you, not the provider you, but the real you, reminds you why you chose this path in the first place. When you're feeling the weight of the shift, the answer usually isn't to push through the exhaustion, it's to step out of the sirens and go outside. You don't need a 3-day trip to the coast to do this. You just need to give yourself permission to be unproductive for a moment. Put the phone down, listen to the quiet, your nervous system will thank you. When was the last time you actually let your brain reset? We found this local spot for a pint with a dog sitting on guard under the table, partly just being our anchors to the present moment. There's something about the weight of a dog's head on your foot while you sip a cold beer that grounds you more than any meditation app ever could. It wasn't all deep thoughts and quiet reflection. Most of it was just beautifully messy, like getting tangled in leashes because our dogs are like Velcro, and for the first time ever turned down the opportunity to be absolutely feral. Of course, a coastal reset has some non-negotiables, like seaside donuts, the kind that are way too hot and covered in far too much sugar. If you know, you know. In those tiny, simple hits of dopamine that have absolutely nothing to do with a screen or a successful shift. We clocked up a lot of steps, but unlike slogging it out on the hospital staircase between wards or the Stairmaster hell, these steps actually gave me energy back. It's amazing how much further you can walk when the air is fresh and the only sound is the rhythm of the ocean instead of the hum of monitors or the hustle and bustle of a gym floor. Driving home, the Sunday scaries felt a little less heavy. The department will still be busy tomorrow, the waiting room will still be full, and the decisions will still be hard, but my battery isn't flashing red anymore. I'm sharing this because I know so many of you are in that same cycle, working, serving, and forgetting to breathe. You don't need a fancy coastal house, you just need a boundary. Whether it's a 20-minute walk without your phone or a weekend away like this, give yourself the grace to unplug, because you can't pour from an empty cup and you certainly can't save lives from one either. Thanks for coming along on this reset with me. I'll see you in the next one. I hope you've enjoyed sharing a little slice of our coastal reset, keeping it strictly cinematic, a face for radio and a voice for a silent movie. I'm strictly a voiceover talent for your own protection.